It wasn't easy, but they did finally build that lead. They did finally make those plays. Big contributions off the bench from Tari Eason and balanced scoring throughout the starting five.
Well, that was one of our keys for the game tonight was the bench play. Now, you got to give Memphis a lot of credit. They came out after the Rockets. They attacked as much as they possibly could, but the Rockets never panicked. They stayed within the confines of what they're supposed to do. Offensively, they knew eventually that they were going to get enough points, for the victory. But defensively, they've got to just a little more aggression defensively to keep them from getting to the basket.
Yeah, they missed a lot of they forced the Grizzlies to miss a lot of initial shots, ended up allowing 14 offensive rebounds, some longer possessions in the second half. But nonetheless, a 119-109 victory over the Grizzlies. Ime Udoka's thoughts after this one.
You all have talked about improving late game execution. What did you see in the final couple minutes that allowed you all to pull away with this win?
Yeah, took care of it for the most part. I mean, maybe one late turnover that they got on the break, but executed, found open shots, crashed the glass, and so good overall.
You said you wanted to see desperation from your team tonight. Did you get it?
At times, I think the effort was there from the start. It felt more energized out there. Didn't play the smartest at times. Some coverage lapses with personnel early, and they had 49 at halftime, and could have easily held them in the 30s if we didn't give up some shots based on coverage and scheme. So the effort was there. It felt, like I said, we played with the right intention, but got to be a little bit smarter, and we did that in the second half.
Yeah, KD finished with 10 assists and 3 turnovers. What did you like about just the way he kind of picked his spots and found ways to take advantage of their double teams?
Yeah, take care of the ball. I think only had one at halftime, and had 2 late, kind of in transition, so not even due to the pick and roll, but took what the game presented. They're a team that's going to show, try to take him out of it. Brought up some smaller guys, and he had an advantage there. So nice, complete game all around. And you can score 25 and get the 10 assists and impact guys. Guys were making shots, and he made the right read.
And even though the threes weren't falling for him again, it felt like Tari Eason still found a way to make an impact in this game. What did you think about just the way he played?
Yeah, it was good to see him back to being active like he has been. And that's what I say with him and certain guys. They can impact the game without making certain shots. And, yeah, the threes were there. He had some open looks and, made a few, but missed some open ones that'll eventually come back around. But the interruption off the ball, on the ball, I think, the big steal he had late and the putback and just getting out in transition, slashing behind guys for easy baskets, that's the energy that it usually brings.
It seems like Aaron and Jayshawn have taken Josh and Dorian's spots in the rotation in recent games. What's led to that, and what are you seeing from them?
I've been honestly looking at everybody, and so some games they've all played. Some games Clint hasn't played, so we've gone smaller with Jayshawn at the small ball 5, and so, that's what it was tonight. But, Aaron played really well, obviously, in the Miami game when came in against the zone, and we could play more zone with him in there, and always ready. But like their energy overall, but still, Josh and Dorian will get another chance, and they'll get their chances, and got to be ready. Like I said, I've been spinning 4 guys and decided to give 2 the bulk of the minutes tonight.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Not tonight, teammates found him. He finished.
The thing that I would like for the Rockets fans to remember about him is that at his position, he's actually playing out of position. Playing the point guard since the injuries and things of this nature. But yet, once he releases the ball, he goes inside and does what he is accustomed to doing. This is one reason why he's been so effective. Starting the offense and getting inside and getting his assists, his rebounds, and his points from just being active.
You think with the amount of minutes that Reed Shepherd's been getting this month, clearly he is starting also now, that has pushed Amen away from the point guard duties?
That's a good point you brought up because, with Reed out there, and they can split the duties of being the facilitator, so that gives him more room to roam free. It's a good point.
Amen Thompson roaming free is a good Amen Thompson for the Houston Rockets, no question about it. We'll get it back out to FedEx Forum in Memphis. Craig and Ryan with a wrap on this one.
All right, appreciate it, fellas. Rockets get the win here tonight in Memphis. Their first on this road trip after a bad loss in Chicago, an historic loss in overtime in Minneapolis. Again, the Grizzlies gave the Rockets a fight here tonight, but the Rockets prevailed by 10. And ultimately, that's what this game was all about. No matter how it occurred or how it happened, the Rockets needed a win, and they got the win.
Yeah, a win is a win. There's nothing easy in the NBA. First off, Olivier Maxis prospered with a career night. He played hard. He worked. And when you're in those situations, that's what you're supposed to do. And you see a true superstar in Kevin Durant. Again, the challenge was in the first half. They just doubled him from any and everywhere. Ends up with 10 assists in the ball game. They play him one-on-one, and he burns you for 25 points, gets hot in the second half. So great job there. But the biggest key, that if we're going to take anything away, Tari Eason with the best plus-minus on the game. He was a plus 11, had 16 points. He knocks down a three. It wasn't a perfect game from Tari Eason, but his activity was there, him flying around the ball.
That sequence where he made the 2 free throws and then stole the inbounds, that basically kind of sealed the deal for the Rockets.
That was the Tari Eason that we know. Those are the plays between him and Amin Thompson that made this group special and just harassing teams and that you don't want to play against. So hopefully he can get back to making those type of plays. I'm not worried about the 3-ball. Get his feet set, get comfortable, let it rip, and that's going to come back around. But again, major plays there from Tari Eason. Good to see him.
And Jabari had an outstanding game as well. 21 points, 16 rebounds, had a blocked shot. Reed Shepherd was disruptive defensively with 4 steals, had 15 points. So, again, solid game for the Rockets. They got the win in a situation where they needed the win.
And I thought it was interesting early on. I mean, like early, Ime goes, and this isn't characteristic. He goes Aaron Holiday. He's like, I'm going to have spacing on the floor. He scouted what the other team did and said, I need to find a way to open things up for Kevin Durant and open it up for LP. Aaron Holiday off the bench right now is the best at doing that. Him along with Reed Shepherd really spaces the floor. So I thought it was interesting, and it's getting that time of year where, you know, it's not about hurting anybody's feelings. There are some feelings going to be hurt in the process, but you're going to put the best product on the floor, and Houston's still trying to find lineups that work, and I thought Ime found some tonight.
Obviously, the Rockets have been riding a roller coaster for a couple of months now. They've slipped in the standings into 6th out west, and at this point forward, with just a couple of handfuls of remaining games between now and the end of the regular season, it's just about getting back into a rhythm, trying to play their best basketball of the season to prepare themselves for a first-round playoff series. So they get the win here tonight. They can now officially forget what happened in Chicago and Minneapolis and hopefully can finish up this road trip strong with a win in New Orleans on Sunday. A game, of course, we'll have for you right here on SCHN. So Rockets victorious here in Memphis, and we'll talk to you again over the weekend in the Crescent City of New Orleans. Adam and Calvin, back to you.
Appreciate it, Craig. Rockets get the victory tonight, 119-109. They're 44-29. There are 9 basketball games remaining. And as they said, next up, a trip to New Orleans to close out this 4-game road trip.